a little earlier than initially advertised. A very good evening to you. You're watching Wi-Fi Sheep live on YouTube. The time, it's coming up to 2300 hours GMT. Do you have a need for a reliable, cost-effective web hosting for your blog, business or personal website? If so, then look no further than Cheap Host UK. Cheap Host UK's basic plan starts from only 58 pence per month. That is £6.99 per year. And if you're in need of a little bit more, Cheap Host UK's premium packages start from just £1.41 a month or £16.99 a year, complete with a free .co.uk domain name. New customers can also take advantage of an extra 10% discount when purchasing any first-time hosting package or domain name from Cheap Host UK. Simply use discount code SHEEP, that's SHEEP, to get an extra 10% off. For reliable, cost-effective web hosting and domain names, look no further than Cheap Host UK. Full details and an affiliate link are in the description to this video. Hello, how you doing? Welcome to Wi-Fi Sheep live on YouTube on this New Year's Eve for the up and coming 2022. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining me. And also, don't panic, we're early. We haven't actually started yet, but basically I've just been doing a live stream with our patrons and we finished a bit early, and so I thought, you know what, we've got a little bit of time, so no harm in arriving about half an hour early here on YouTube for free. And I just thought it would give us a little bit of an opportunity, A, to settle things down with the stream, because the technology has been a bit up and down, if I'm honest with you. Also, we can just have a little bit of a chat. So if you're watching this and you are a subscriber to the channel, then you can leave me a comment in the live chat box and I will do my best in the next sort of half an hour or so to answer a few questions relating, of course, to the content we've done here on the channel. So yeah, so roughly that kind of thing. And also, when there's enough people watching, I might actually ask for your help just to test the game feed for, we're going to start playing the new Sonic the Hedgehog port for the C64 or the Commodore 64. I have got it running here on the desk at the minute. So when there's enough of you watching, we might just switch to that feed, because I just need to ask you if you can hear me and the audio of the game correctly, because I don't know if I've balanced it right. So that's roughly what we're going to do this evening. Depends how tired I get, but all running smoothly. We should be through to about 1 in the morning, 100 hours GMT on January the 1st, 2022. So thank you for making me part of your New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Don't know why you'd want to do that, but I'm very appreciative that you are here. I've got the glass of water with me, and that's all I've got at the moment. So I forgot to have a glass of water when I was doing the other live stream for the patrons. And we got about half an hour in, and I was just starting to struggle. So yeah. Anyway, so hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good evening. Be really interested to know what you've actually been up to today, and also sort of technology projects or anything, especially if you're doing anything in relation to any of the projects I've been showing you. So things like RISC OS, Raspberry Pi stuff, Commodore 64 or the C64, or of course tiny basic computers, Arduino Nano, that kind of thing. Be very interested if anyone wants to pop anything in the chat to let me know what you've been up to. Failing that, we're really officially going to get going at past. So this stream now is a bit kind of to and fro while we kind of try and fix a few things, get stuff working. So Officially, we start at past. So, oh, hello, Fuzzy Tub. Is it Fuzzy Tubby? Hello, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us. I noticed you testing earlier on, so thanks for joining us. How are you doing? And we've got. I'm not gonna announce this now. Carlo Puffelli. I can't pronounce that. I'm so sorry. Alexander has joined us as well. Hi, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. Do you know what? I knew I was going to do this. I always butcher people's names. I'm so sorry in advance for that. Please don't take offence. How you all doing? Thanks for joining us. Actually, we've got a few of you on now. Do you mind if we do this quick test? You can just tell me if the audio's okay. Is that all right with everybody? If we just do that now, that would be great. Okay, so I've got running, this is the demo mode for the new Sonic game, which if you actually haven't tried this is this new free port that's come out on the C64. I apologise if you're joining me now, I'm going to be repeating all this in about 20 minutes time. But what I need to know is, can you hear me okay? And can you hear the game audio okay? And is it balanced all right? So am I too loud? Is the game too quiet? Because I can adjust that right now. So if anyone wants to just give me a bit of feedback on that, I would really appreciate it. So that's me obviously talking over the top of it, and if I'm quiet. Oh, Simon! I do know you. Right, how are you doing? How are you doing, sir? Great to hear from you. Actually, on the Patreon, we were actually talking about the ZX81. So you can hear me. You can hear me. That's great. Is the sound audio on from the C64 okay? Is it too quiet? Okay, thank you for that. Cheers, Alexander. So we can turn that up a little bit. It's very difficult to do this blind because I can see all the levels, but what I can't actually get any live audio back myself, so I can't hear it. The audio I would get would come straight from the console, not through the stream as you'd hear it. So, how's that? Is that right? Okay, that's brilliant. Well, thanks so much for that. That's great help. Thank you so much. So yeah, we're coming back to this a little bit later. Anyway, back to Simon. I've got it here. ZX81. So, might have seen the first video we did in it. I was actually discussing this on the Patrons. Yeah. So, I've ordered a new keyboard membrane for it, and I've ordered a new power supply. Not that there was actually anything wrong with the previous power supply, but it was just quite big and bulky, and you can get more efficient ones. So fundamentally, the machine itself seemed okay. It seemed to work all right. And the ROM, I know you were telling me you were concerned about if there was issues with the ROM. I don't think there is an issue with the ROM. I think it's okay, but until I can get a keyboard working on it, I won't know that for sure. So thank you so much for that donation. It was really, really kind of you, and I hope to get the machine up and running. I've actually been looking on eBay for screws, because it only had like, well, you know this, but it only had like 2 screws in the back of it. So you can get all the spare parts. So what I haven't sorted out yet is RAM expansion. So it's only got its 1K in at the moment. So hoping I can find a RAM system so we can get it 16K would be nice. So yeah. Oh, so you've seen the video? That's fantastic, Simon. So yeah, as I said, really just cannot thank you enough for that. It's a really, really kind donation. So I'm hell bent on getting this sorted and working. And actually, I've been thinking about it because I've got my it's on the wall behind the camera, but I won't go and grab it. But my ZX Spectrum. So I was thinking, well, if I can do the ZX81, then surely I could like do the ZX Spectrum as well, because it's, you know, I mean, the ZX Spectrum I've been using as a prop. I wasn't initially interested in actually getting it working again, but now I'm just thinking might actually do it. So But yeah, yeah, I'm glad you agree with me about Simon saying sensible to get a new PSU. Yeah, I mean the PSU was fine, but it was quite big, and I originally, if you've seen the video, I actually did a voltage test on it because I just thought, is this thing actually running? Was it running high? And it came back at like 14 point something volts. It's meant to be a 9-volt power transformer. Um, but obviously, what I then found out is if you run the power transformers, because they're linear supplies, they're not switching PSUs, so they're linear. If you run a linear supply, it always runs high because you get the voltage draw on the unit, which brought it down to 9 volts. So it was functioning fine, but you just think, yeah, there's newer, more efficient things out there now. So, and internal, this is Simon again saying internal RAM is now a thing. Yes, I was looking at that. So you can get the little PCBs that fit inside, but the actual chips, they're all surface mount soldering from what I could see. Admittedly, I admit I haven't looked particularly hard, but they all seem to be surface mount, and I'm not a huge fan of trying to do surface mount soldering. I prefer through hole. It's probably really easy to do, and I do need to get that skill to do it actually. I mean, there's enough people on this channel tell me I can't solder. Goodness me, I hear that enough. But yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I do want to get a RAM upgrade for it, but it is really cool actually. Yeah, excuse me. I'm seriously going to run out of water. Anyway, yeah, so we've got quite a fair bit coming up tonight. Really, we're just going to be running the new Sonic game, as I said. So this Christmas, basically, we've just ended up doing a lot of C64 stuff, which wasn't really the intention. So we started the Christmas content with Simon's ZX81, which was the plan. And then I had all sorts of things I was going to do, and then it basically all went out the window when Retro Games Limited announced they have mouse support for their clone, the C64. I thought, well, we've got to try that. And then I had a new sponsor drop me you've probably seen a video, 7-inch display screen, which I said, did I want to do a review on? And they sent it to me, and I went, well, yes, fine, we'll do that. And so my sort of schedule for Christmas went completely out the window, and now we're practically in New Year. So I don't know what to do, if I'm going to do the content I plan to do, or if we'll save it for next Christmas, or if we'll just do it as normal videos during the year. I don't know yet. But one thing we will definitely be getting back to is ZX81, because I bought the parts, so I definitely want to try and get on to do that. What's Simon saying here in the chat? I've done lots of soldering if you need to be honest with you, Simon, I probably need you to do the soldering for me, in all honesty. If you need a magnifier. It's not the... I just can't... I'm going to say I can't do it. I've never done it. And I'm not thinking, oh, do I really want to do surface mount soldering? It's one of those things. Get you to do it for me. Yeah. If you want to volunteer. No. What it comes down to is I need to buy a better soldering iron and just, actually do some proper surface mount soldering with solder paste and stuff, which would make my life, well, it wouldn't exactly make it easier, but it would allow me to do more things that I don't do at the moment, because all my designs are all through hole, because through hole soldering is easier to do. But yeah, so it's definitely up there with stuff I need to learn. Am I going to make that a New Year's resolution? Do surface mount soldering? I tell you what, my PCB sponsors that I have, or sponsor rather, that I have, would be really happy if I was able to do surface mount soldering. So that's the motivation for it. Just quickly, by the way, while we've got several of you here, if you are interested in joining our Patreon, so I've just been live earlier this evening at 9 o'clock. I was live with the Patreon. So here's your hard sell. It's patreon.com/Wi-Fi sheep, and the live session for that has now gone in the exclusive Patreon People's playlist. So we've got about 30 odd videos that aren't public domain anymore. They either never were, or they've gone sort of been finished being public domain, and have gone onto the Patreon playlist. So that live stream, which I did a full channel update and discussed in some detail about all the future plans and what's actually going on kind of behind the scenes with the channel. So if you want to watch that, you can join for as little as $1, £1 British. It's totally up to you, and you can leave anytime you want, but I'll just put it out there. So it's patreon.com/Wi-Fi sheep. Let's go back to me. Where have I gone? There we go. That's me. Also, what do people reckon to all this green screen stuff we've been trying out? This is kind of new for Christmas. You've seen me do green screen stuff for various advertising stuff I've done, and of course Risk Direct. But this is the first time of trying it kind of, well, live in this sense, and also kind of in the videos we try for Christmas. Two reasons for that. Primary, because I had some other commercial work I was doing at the same time, which required the kind of office space or the studio space. So I couldn't have everything covered in tinsel. So it kind of have to be decorate everything, shoot the Christmas content, which was late anyway, undecorate it, shoot the commercial stuff. And then if we needed to do any Christmas stuff again, I'd have to decorate, wasn't going to work. So I thought, you know what, let's try sort of festive virtual backgrounds, which is what I've attempted to do. Yeah, so it works all right in post-production. If I'm doing it live, you may have noticed I've got a slightly strange green hue going on around me. But that only seems to happen when I'm doing it live. When I'm in post-production, I'm in different software for that. It seems okay. So just wondered, what people thought about that. Be very interested to know. What we got back to the chat. Sorry, can you have a go on a roller coaster? I should have thought about that, shouldn't I? Yeah. I could have put that like that. That's very good. I could have put my like dash cam car footage up behind. You could just be driving along the road while I'm talking to you or something. Yeah. Not at the moment, but I'll definitely consider it. Oh dear, yeah. So as I mentioned again, we're going to we'll restart the live stream. We'll go again more formally at 1:30, so 23:30. We'll go live again. So if anyone has any other questions or comments about anything you've seen on Wi-Fi Sheep, or actually want to ask me in person, now is a good time. Basically, if you're just joining us, don't panic. We are a little bit early. I've finished my Patreon live stream, which was a little early this evening. We finished early, so I thought, there's an opportunity just to sort of hop online and just sort of do a bit of a shakedown of all the kit and stuff. Hopefully everything is going to be all right. C64 or the C64 power problems playing up again earlier on. I mentioned this in a video where if you put the wrong power supply in, so it's 5 volt USB, okay? If you put anything over 2 amps into the C64, it starts to have problems, right? Which is really, really annoying. So Raspberry Pi 3 power transformer, okay? So it's the right USB plug, it's 5 volts, but it's like 2.5 amps, I think the Pi 3 transformer is. C64 won't turn on, okay? 2 amps, fine, it works, but it then just starts switching off on its own accord, which we've been doing earlier. It's being all right in demo mode in a minute, but sod's law, the minute we start playing the games and stuff tonight, it's probably going to start messing up on me. Anyway, so that's just one for you. Again, C64, if you're going to run it with Raspberry Pi power transformers, it needs to be the Raspberry Pi 2 ones at 2 amps. Anyway, so we've got Alexander Carey here. So Raspberry Pi, what we got here? Raspberry Pi puts technology in the hands of the masses, and we love it. Yeah. Imagine if they gave us open source good stuff. Yeah, I'm assuming everyone else can read this in the comments, so I don't have to read it back out. Yeah, it's interesting, actually. I don't want to go into too much detail here, but there seems to be a bit of a change in the way the Raspberry Pi sort of Foundation have been running things. So it started as a foundation charity with the aim of giving kids cheap computers to code. And of course, what happened is all of us sort of 40 plus whatevers, we all bought them instead. But now they've kind of gone more down a commercial road. So they split the company into two. So you had the foundation and you had the Raspberry Pi trading company. So you've got a new .com website. And products like the Pi 4 and the 400 are actually commercial products, not products of the Pi Foundation. So something's slightly gone on there. Also, and again, I got to be very careful what I say here. The unofficially, a lot of the what word of Raspberry Pi Jam meetups have been told in an unofficial capacity to remove their Raspberry Pi name from the organisations. So a lot of them are switching now to being called Makerspaces or Makerfests. And I know Stafford Raspberry Pi Jam, the one I support, isn't going to be running with the Raspberry Pi name from next year. So I've only heard that as fourth-hand information, so I don't know quite what's going on. But if you notice, go to the Raspberry Pi websites, either the .com or the .org charity one, you'll notice there's no community tabs anymore, and there's no Raspberry Pi Jams actually on the websites. Or at least there wasn't the last time I looked. So what's going on? Something has changed in the past sort of year or so. I know COVID has probably had a lot to play with the Pi Jams shutting down and not running, but some of us have still been running them. And yeah, so it's very interesting. Watch this space, especially for next year. Alexander's also saying had a C64. Did you have a proper 8-bit old school C64, or are we talking the ARM clones like I've got here? Was it a Commodore 64 or the C64? I'm just very curious which one it is. I'm seriously going to have to run and get some more water. And of course, Simon or Fuzzy Toby, who's also a regular supporter and member of the Stafford, formerly the Stafford Raspberry Pi Jam, but you may have heard of it as well. That Keris Locke, who runs that, she's going to have to change the brand from next year. And also things like Preston, the first ever Pi Jam, which is Preston Raspberry Pi Jam. They've been trading either as Preston Makerspace or Maker Faire, or they've been trading as like Preston R Jam. So so just something is amiss. I don't quite know what's going on, but something is definitely amiss. And Alexander's saying, yeah, a proper one, proper C64. Yeah, I was thinking about getting a proper C64, but I would be coming to it not from a nostalgic point of view, because I never had this hardware back in the day. I mean, for those of you that follow the channel, you know that I kind of grew up with BBC Micro. So BBC Micro was like my machine. But I have to admit, I've kind of warmed slightly to the C64, especially after having the clone system. Now, you know, when I've done the reviews, I've sat on the fence with the clones. I'm like, But as more cooler stuff is coming out with them, and now we've got things like mouse support, you may have seen in my recent video, I'm a bit more warming to them. Vic 20. Yeah, now Vic 20, I kind of getting very interested in Vic 20 as well. Quite a nice machine. If you want to do 6502 assembly, as long as you've got an assembler, so a cartridge or a ROM of some sort to assemble, quite a nice machine to work with, actually. Hopefully we're going to do something, not with an actual real Vic 20, unless someone sends me one, hint hint, but we're going to do something with microcontrollers, a new project, and we'll have an emulated 6502 space. Speaking of which, has anyone seen that video that's been doing the rounds about someone got C64 kernel to run on a single Arduino Nano? I don't know if you saw that video. Someone posted it on our Tiny Basic Computers Facebook group. And I saw that. Now, I've been through Tiny Basic Computers, I've been using the Nanos, the clone Arduino Nanos. They've got like 2K of RAM, 1K of EEPROM, running Atmega 328p, 16 megahertz 8-bit microprocessor. And I just saw that and I thought, there is no way, absolutely no way, that you could get an emulated 6502 environment, let alone a C64 kernel, and the video out in that tiny amount of memory on a single board. And yet it does appear that it works, and it's nowhere near April, so it definitely wasn't a joke. So that is something I am going to be trying out on the channel, because we've got the bits here to do it. It's just my time and manpower to do it, just to see if it's feasible and actually how good it is. Fascinating little project. So that'll be one thing we do. Again, I'm going to do something with slightly more powerful microcontrollers with a VIC-20. So we might have that system as well. Has anyone seen the game The Keep for the VIC-20? It's a more recent game. It's like a sort of Doom. What's the 3D perspective called? I think the name's gone. Raycast? Rastercast? Is it raycasting? Well, you know how Doom, Wolfenstein Doom, how that works. And it's a 3D, very fluid 3D walk around. It's actually free on the, or included with the VIC-20 and the C64. And it runs in 4K of RAM. It doesn't need expansion on the VIC-20, and it's extremely impressive. So, seriously, I'm going to run out of water in a minute, which is a real problem. But yeah, so that's kind of some hints of some stuff we've got coming up. We've got lots of stuff coming up on the channel. I did go over all this in quite some detail about an hour ago to our Patreon backers. So again, if you want to join us, it's patreon.com/Wi-Fi and you can pick that video up. I will repost it on the Patreon like social media wall as well, so you'll be able to get a direct link to that. So what we're going to do, we've got 4 minutes until past, and I'm going to restart the whole show. So thank you so much for joining me for the moment. We're going to stay live. We're going to take a short break. I'm going to get some water, and then we'll come back and do the whole thing again properly. Once again, for those of you who joined early, thank you for helping me get the sound levels sorted out, and I hope to see you in about 4 minutes. and you're watching Wi-Fi Sheep live on YouTube. A very happy new year to you. The time is just coming up to 23:30 GMT. Do you have a need for a reliable, cost-effective web hosting for your blog, business or personal website? If so, then look no further than Cheap Host UK. Cheap Host UK's basic plan starts from only 58 pence per month. That is £6.99 per year. And if you're in need of a little bit more, Cheap Host UK's premium packages start from just £1.41 a month or £16.99 a year, complete with a free .co.uk domain name. New customers can also take advantage of an extra 10% discount when purchasing any first-time hosting package or domain name from Cheap Host UK. Simply use discount code SHEEP, that's SHEEP, to get an extra 10% off. For reliable, cost-effective web hosting and domain names, look no further than Cheap Host UK. Full details and an affiliate link are in the description to this video. Hello everybody, a very good evening to you. You are with Wi-Fi Sheep live on YouTube with me, Tom. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your New Year's Eve with me right here on the channel. I nearly said Christmas Eve then, that's why I hesitated. But anyway, hope you're well. Don't worry if you're thinking what's been going on. We started a little bit earlier, but we're now kind of officially starting. So once again, thank you so much for your company. And thanks for everyone who has hung around already. I've just been looking at the live chat. And yeah, we were going on about the drinks. So my drink tonight, everybody, is water. But a little bit earlier on, my fiance, who's downstairs at the moment, she didn't want to come on camera today. You know, last year, she actually sat with me when we did video games, but this year was just like, no, not having any of it. But anyway, she had a, what was it? Cola, whiskey, and honey mix or something. And I tried a little bit of it. And it was just like, no. Basically, it tasted like licorice. Licorice. There you are. I will say it. Anyway, right. So that's that. Anyway, hope you're well. Thanks for joining us. Today we're going to, or tonight rather, running up to midnight and a brand new year. We're going to look at the new port of Sonic the Hedgehog for the C64 or the Commodore 64. Now, this has been doing the rounds just kind of coming about past 2-3 weeks. I think it's sort of been doing the rounds, and I finally got hold of a copy. As far as I'm aware, it's not officially licensed, but Sega kind of haven't pulled it down. Now, those of you with long memories might remember the Super Mario port that came out for Commodore 64. Was it last year or 2 years ago now? I can't remember. And Nintendo pretty much shut that down overnight. Sega seems to have let this one go, and to be honest with you, it's really good game. If anyone's ever played the 8-bit version of Sonic the Hedgehog that came out on the Master System, originally that's the Z80 Master System, this is, I would say, nigh identical to that. So I'm not sure if this is a complete remake or if this is some sort of simulator that's running the Z80 code. Of course, the C64 was or is a 6502 derivative machine. Now, I know it's not the 6502 inside. Was it 6510? Someone correct me there. Help me out in the chat if you know what I'm talking about. What's the processor in the C64? It's 6502 derivative anyway, so Z80 machine code wouldn't be directly compatible. Anyway, take a look at this. We'll switch over now. It's running in demo mode, and I'll play a game in a moment, but just have a look at this. It's really impressive. I mean, if you looked at that, other than perhaps the colour palette, which is a giveaway, you wouldn't realise it's running on a C64. I said the colour palette and perhaps the screen resolution and the border actually give it away. But what's impressive is, of course, Sonic is a very fast-paced game. The C64, a very, very capable machine, was a very slow machine. So 1 MHz for NTSC, and if you're running in PAL, it actually ran at under 1 MHz. It was 900 and something hertz it ran at, which was ridiculously slow when you think BBC Micro clocked in at 2 MHz, and although I know it's a different architecture, the Z80, how fast was the Sinclair Spectrum? Was it 4 MHz or 6 MHz? Someone will be able to tell me that. But yeah, so to get this game to run at this speed on such a slow computer is extremely impressive. Anyway, let's see if we can have a game. So it's all there, and I don't know about you, but I actually prefer the 8-bit builds over the 16-bit Mega Drive or Sega Genesis version. By the way, I will just say I'm not a pro player in any sense, so don't expect, you know, really good gaming skills here. No, wrong way. But it just plays so well. It's impressive. It really is impressive. I mean, you get demos that come out of the system. I mean, even stuff I've written, which is just all written in BASIC and horribly slow. Try and open the internet. I don't want to go there. Never mind. Oh, no. So yeah, I don't know if this is a rebuild or if we're running some sort of emulation layer, but I mean, it's all there, isn't it? It's really, really impressive. Yeah, and this is what Simon or Fuzzy Tubby's just chimed in on, and yeah, I would say that it's like it's on a Master System. Yeah, it does. I mean, other than perhaps that loading screen at the start, honestly wouldn't know. Professional players, and they'll be looking at me and they'll just be like, this is not good. They'll be looking at me like, what are you doing? And in my defence, I don't know what I'm doing, so don't worry about it. There we go. Don't fall down there. By the way, I'm not playing on the C64 joystick either, mainly because if you know my feelings on that, it's just, well, I just don't like it basically. So I'm on a SNES clone controller, which is fine. How much memory does it need? No, well, I've not set this up to run on any, it's just running stock, so it's not asking for any more RAM expansion or anything, as far as I'm aware. So I believe it's sitting inside the 64K. But I don't know if it's dumped the basic or something. Multi-load, yes. So basically you're given two disk images, or disk image files. Oh, hang on. Oh, thank you very much. King You at One, £10 donation. Thank you so much. Have a great year to you too. Really appreciate that. Thank you. That's never happened before. Oh, I've just died. If you I said, don't come here if you want pro gameplay, I'm afraid. Oh dear. Where are we? Yeah, so yeah, it multi-loads on 2 discs basically. So what I've done is I've loaded the first disc, sort of virtual disk image in. It did want to do both, so if that's the case, that can't load into. There must be more than 64K though. That's the only issue when you're kind of running with an emulator system like this. That basically it can hide a lot of the sort of stuff that it sets up, so you're not physically putting ROM cartridges in, manually setting things up. So yeah, does it actually? That's the point. Does it sit inside 64K? It can't. What am I doing? I should have read the manual. How do you play this game before you start playing it publicly? It's just so impressive how well this is running. Oh, come on. Do I need to get like 3 taps on it or something? No. Oh, damn it. By the way, we haven't restricted the stream age this year, so basically we did last year to like 18 plus, just because I was kind of concerned I was going to drink a load of beer and then get a bit sweary. But this year I'm trying to be, teetotal and yeah, so I'm trying to behave myself this year. Because we don't actually swear on the channel. You may notice I actually really careful in the language I use, just because you don't really want to hear that, and we actually have quite a few young people that want to watch the content, and you want that content to be safe, obviously. Also, it's quite good for the advertisers. Oh, Alexander, $5. Thank you so much. That is so generous of you. I hope everyone isn't just drinking a load of money. Drinking a load of stuff on New Year's and then thinking, oh, just throwing money at me, and then regretting it in the morning. Seriously, I really do. Oh, yeah, I got it. I really do appreciate it. Did I win? Oh, Scott, hi, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. Blimey, I don't know what time it is where you are in the world, but thanks so much for joining us. Oh no, hang on. Right, I'm playing again. Sorry, distracted. Now we got one from Is Mix or is Maz? I can't pronounce that. What about a joint project to make some Beeb Scuzzy boards? Yeah, if you want to drop me an email, you'll find the contact email for the channel. If you get info, then absolutely do drop me an email. I'll definitely have a chat with you about it. I mean, I can do the PCBs. That's not a problem. So yeah, it should be info@iden-online.co.uk. That's the corporate email. So you drop me a line on that, and I will absolutely get back to you at some point. Where was I? Oh yeah, Scott. So if you're still with me, I will also need to email you at some point, because I've got some things I need to talk about. I've got some stuff I need to talk about. Yeah, I shouldn't really be using this as a personal messenger service for people, but yeah, no, absolutely. While you're here, and happy New Year to you all, by the way. I haven't said that already. Have we started again? Where am I? I've got lost now. Have we started again? Because I've done it. Oh, very slowly get better. Yeah, I'll openly admit, when it comes to C64, I'm not an expert. it's all a bit new for me, so it's kind of figuring out how things work. So I just listen to what other people tell me, in all honesty. So I'm not going to sit here and insult your intelligence by trying to pretend to be an expert. I have no idea how this is working. In all honesty, I'm fascinated to know how it's working. I definitely need to kind of have a deeper look into how this works. Because it's a bit like, did anyone play, what was it? Cheese and Onion on Vic 20 at all. That's a pay game. I was so tempted to buy, and I might still do it actually, to buy the ROM version of the cartridge for emulator. Because we're going to do these Vic 20 on microcontroller. It might be quite nice to have that game to try. So. So I might buy that. I'm in no way endorsing it. I'm just saying it was a really cool game. I actually got permission from Rod. I've forgotten his surname. Person who runs The Future is 8-Bit, who distributes that game, and I got permission at that time to actually include a bit of footage in one of the videos I was doing from one of my BBC Micro projects at the time. And I was sort of very inspired by that game. But to be honest with you, it's such a good game. It's a few pounds just to buy a digital version of it. So I might do that. I also hope you're all going to be alright with just these first 2 levels. Because see what's going on. Slowly get better. Hang on. Oh, so why do I have a... Oh dear. Yeah, as I was explaining on the previous live stream when I was with the patrons, we've got quite a lot planned coming up on the channel, stuff I want to do. Just haven't had the time to do, or we've got behind with other projects, or other stuff has happened. So I've got a huge backlog of projects that I'm going to catch up on. One thing we will need to do is finish that cartridge. You know, we took a break from the Tiny Basic Computers project, and we did a new sub-project called Electronics 010. And we were doing a cartridge that had a real-time clock and ROM selector for the Raspberry Pi 400. Just as an interesting little project, really. It was meant to be for a commercial company, and I'm not sure what's happening there at the moment, but it doesn't particularly matter because we were just using it as... It's not so much about that project, it's more about showing you how to design things with things like KiCad PCBs if you're not familiar with that. As we were talking in the kind of, if you like to call it the pre-show, I might not be able to solder properly, but I do a good PCB in KiCad, I'll give you that. So that's one project we'll be finishing. Then we'll be going back to Tiny Basic Computers because we've got a lot going on. I know Scott has been working really hard on the AppleWorks build. And oh yeah, Scott, if you're still there, I've got your PCBs you've sent me as well. And I haven't emailed you about it, and I apologise I haven't done that. I have got your PCBs, and I really hope you've got the stuff I sent you to Australia as well. So hopefully, we did a board swap, you see, between the 2 projects for Tiny Basic Computers. So, because it kind of made sense that we have each other's systems, so we can compare notes and share source code on it, which will benefit everyone in the hobby community going forward. Right, what am I doing? So I'm assuming if this game isn't a just an emulator running. It's not running a native game, then it must be obviously utilising the hardware sprite engine of the C64. It's just, I'm astounded how fast it's running. I know I keep saying that, but I also keep saying I prefer the 8-bit build over the 16-bit Mega Drive or Genesis. I don't know why. There's just something about the 8-bit version, especially on the Z80 Sega Master System, which is almost identical to this really. It just seems so much more. I don't know what it is. It's the 16-bit version seems to be all more about graphics and kind of almost feels smaller worlds. Strangely enough, where the 8-bit one strangely feels bigger, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it's just me, but does anyone else feel like that about these games at all? If anyone's actually having experience playing them. Don't worry, everyone. New Year's Day is in what, 9 minutes time, so you don't have to put up with me much longer. No, seriously, I really appreciate your company. I guess it's mainly from those of you, I might be wrong here, but I'm guessing it's from those of you that are maybe not in the UK, so in different time zones. You've either had New Year's or it's yet to come. So if you're like Scott in Australia, you've had it. And if you're in anywhere in North America, then it's still to come. And Europe, actually, if you're in Europe, you'll have just had it, won't you, in the past hour? Because we are, an hour behind. European Central Time. Yeah, GMT, we're an hour behind. Every time I do that, I don't know how well I'd actually do this game if I had it on joystick. So the original, the clone joystick that comes with the unit, I just do not get on with it at all. Even when they changed it, so on the original mini system, it was they didn't use micro switches, and when they did the full size, they actually switched it to using micro switches, which was better, but just maybe it's with my generation. We didn't grow up with joysticks. We grew up with gaming pads, things like the NES, and didn't have like proper joysticks, so we're just not used to it. Which could be a thing, which I'll accept. But I'm playing this as on a SNES clone USB controller. Really cheap one, about £2-3, which is probably less than $5 US. And it works really well. The mapping's a bit strange, but it's not as bad as it is in some games, such as the Mario clone, the one that got banned. The jump was op joystick, so it was almost impossible to play because you had to then push the up on the D-pad. Yes, D-pad. You had to push the up arrow if you wanted to jump instead of like an A or B button, which just made it really difficult to play. So I don't know how many of you have actually got hold of that, because they cut the ROM really. I'm just trying to read while I'm playing this. If I make mistakes, what's going on in the chat at the minute? There we go. Right, what are we doing? Then I was waiting for another platform. No. I'm sure you're meant to be able to go a lot faster, sort of fly through the air like a pinball. Or maybe that's just the Mega Drive version. I'm not sure. Title music, not loading music. Oh, is that what it's called? Oh, here we are, right. This is the pinball thing, which I also can't do. It's impressive that this is even. Come on. Come on. No. Right. Over there. There we go. Right, now we're doing it. The thing is, if you suffer from motion sickness, I apologise. Yeah, wasn't one of the tunes out of Sonic actually resampled as a techno or pop music or something, and it hit the charts? Or am I imagining that? I don't know. All I know is I've just completed something, and I think it was a fluke. Oh, Chris S, Happy New Year. Oh, thanks for all the tutorials. Been getting back into Risk OS. Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm glad someone is. We try our best. On the Risk OS project, we are nearly finished. I've got one more video to do. The video series, unfortunately, is heavily delayed because of COVID. So we're nearly at the end of the series. We've done a few extras in the meantime, though. So I've got one more to do on Basic. Just basic, how to do BBC Basic with Risk OS, and we've actually finished the series. I'm not sure what else I'm doing post that. It might not be in an official capacity after that. I don't know at the moment. There's always lots of stuff happening though, so and some actually kind of exciting stuff that I've seen. So yeah, definitely be sort of following what happens with Risk OS. And actually, not just Risk OS, but the BBC Basic you can get for Windows and the Linux builds and that kind of stuff. So there's lots of stuff you can do in this sort of Acorn computing sphere, like, without even needing to run the Acorn OSs. Oh, damn. That was going so well. We've got to cut from this in a minute. I'm just looking at the time. I appreciate I am probably about 30 seconds behind. Because YouTube is normally, when you're live streaming, you're about 30 seconds behind. So what you see, probably 30 seconds behind. So, New Year might well happen before we're counting down. Oh, nearly swore then. Nearly swore. What we can do is we can just pause like that for a moment. And we're nearly there. So let's go back to our clock. We're counting down for the final minute of 2021 right here on Wi-Fi Sheep. If you're joining me for this, then thank you so much for spending your New Year's Eve, New Year's Day with me here on the channel. I've got to think of clever things to say for 45 seconds. I'm also expecting, obviously, we're going to hit midnight and then there's going to be loads of fireworks all around the town. So things might get very noisy rather quickly. I've got my glass of water ready to toast everyone with. So everyone quickly get yourself something. If you've got a drink, pour yourself something quickly. Countdown time. Absolutely. I said this isn't going to work because there's a 30-second delay on the stream, but here we go then. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. from everyone here at Wi-Fi Sheep, a very, very happy new year to you. Thank you for your company and for joining us all throughout the year. I hope you have a fantastic 2022. I know we've got lots to do, as we've been talking about, and as I said, we could not do what we do here on this channel without the kind of feedback and support we get from you. It is a fantastic community that we kind of built around the channel, and yeah, sometimes it's a lot of hard work, and yeah, sometimes I get a lot of stuff very wrong, which everyone always lets me know. But here we are, is my water. Cheers to everybody, and thank you so much for being here with me. Quite why you're here, I don't know, but oh dear. But it's all good fun, isn't it? And so we like to try and do these live streams. We don't do them that often actually on YouTube. So when we do, it's great just to kind of, do it for a special occasion. And of course, New Year is one of those such occasions. What I am going to do though is, if you can excuse me just for one moment, I am going to go and wish my fiance a happy New Year, because I'm not seeing her because she's elsewhere in the house. So can you give me one moment and I will be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. Thank you for your patience. Just wanted to go and wish some other people in the house happy new year. So we've done that. Where are we with the chat? Happy new something something. Yeah, very much so. Oh yeah, Scott Jr. come back. Yes, it was the 6510. I was right. The Commodore 64 processor was the 6510 then. What did I say? 60. No, I think I did say 6510, didn't I? Yeah. So. Oh, thanks so much. I've just seen that on the end. And we also welcome Paolo, who's joined us again. You were with us last year, actually, I seem to remember. No, I did not need to go for a toilet break. I will. Thank you very much. Blimey neck. Right, where are we? Trying to figure out Sonic. Here we are. So, if you're just joining us, we are looking at the new Sonic the Hedgehog port. Running on the C64 clone. It's also compatible with the native Commodore 64. I'm trying to decide if it's actually a remake or if it's a port of the Z80 code used for the Master System. So we're not sure about that at the moment. But anyway, let's carry on and not die. Even if it is a complete remake, the rebuilding of the sprites is really good. Oh, there's some fireworks. You might be able to hear those going off. Keep trying. So I'll be very curious of what people's plans are for, well, it's falling on the weekend. Quite perfectly, Christmas and New Year falling really nicely kind of right over weekends. So just wonder what people's plans are. Personally, I'm going to probably try and take a weekend to 2 days off, really. As I'm very, very busy with various projects and things. And that's, of course, not including the animals that we have a bit of smallholding farming here as well. So partly why the channel's called Wi-Fi Sheep, because of our rural location. You may have seen on Twitter I was tweeting what was it, yesterday about the sheep that they put in a field. Field that I've never seen sheep in 20 years. It's just like, you know, that stuff excites me in my world. Can't take it right. So we'll probably have to do some animal looking after tomorrow. But that's every other day. We'll get straight back onto the videos that are needed for the channel. Oh, nope. Oh. Don't honestly, I'm just looking at the comment that see you fail at title music, please. I haven't actually. Oh, what am I doing? Because I can't read the comments and play this game at the same time, basically. Oh, no. Yeah. This is kind of why I'm not a big game streamer, and there's a reason for this, because I just don't play video games. I mean, I enjoy certain video games, I just don't play them that much, that often, or that well. So, speaking of which, I am thinking about relaunching the Wi-Fi Sheep. By the way, this is demo mode playing, I'm not playing at the minute. I'm thinking about relaunching the Wi-Fi Sheep Twitch channel. We have a twitch.tv/Wi-Fi Sheep channel, which was being used for some like late night gaming live streams. The advantage of doing it over on Twitch is that's a dedicated platform for live streaming. Whereas if I do it here on YouTube, a lot of people have subscribed to me for very specific reasons, and they then look at the content of me playing games and they think, what's all that about? And they're like, you know, I lose 20, 30 subscribers just like that. So at least if I go onto Twitch, I can make a mess of things, play badly, and it doesn't affect anything else I'm doing. So thinking about relaunching that this year. Possibility we might play Farm Simulator. Hear me out on this one. Farm Simulator has a really big growing community, so we might be playing that. I don't know, I could do a whole series on Farm Simulator. Admittedly, it'd be a very acquired taste, but right, let me try again now. Simon's plan is to stay alive before the asteroid hits. What, another asteroid or the same asteroid? I thought we'd had that asteroid. I thought it went through. Is this something else? Yes, I do read the news. I know we'd had one that had been close, but is this something I don't know about, or are we talking about that one that kind of came by kind of close and disappeared or something? I seem to remember whenever there's like a big, national crisis or something going on, there's always a big sort of side story about an asteroid. Anyone remember in the UK the fuel crisis of the year 2000? And while all that was going on, there's suddenly a story about we had a near miss with an asteroid. I know I'm going back, what, 22 years now, but it's just something like that you just remember. Always an asteroid, or having a world situation or a big news story. Always an asteroid. Definitely have to do a follow-up on this game. I need to find out a bit more information about how this thing actually works. It was going to be a dedicated video for the Christmas content for Ship, and I just ran out of time, basically. Hence why we're doing it live here on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. But I think if we're going to do a video on this, we'll need a bit more technical background as to how this is actually working, rather than just a video of, oh, look at this pretty game. We need something a bit more tactical than just a playthrough. That also means some reading up on the C64, because I'm not... I know how the system works, but I'm not 100% of how things like the loading works, and peeking and poking the Vic2 chip and things like that, and also the memory map. I mean, I've seen diagrams of the memory map, and I've seen other YouTubers do quite extensive videos on the C64 memory map. Oh, can't you hear me? It's the game got louder. Have I got? No, I don't think I've got quieter. We had adjust. I can adjust the. You can't make out my words. Okay, no problem. Thanks for that, Alexander. Yeah, nothing's changed. Maybe I'm just not shouting as much. I don't know. Actually, it's funny because I occasionally get Tom got quieter. Okay, no, fair enough. Maybe I did. I occasionally get comments about people when I used to put more music into the back of my videos, and I get comments and people saying, oh, that music was too loud, or I don't like this, and it would be fine for me. And a lot of the time I found it's to do with people's speakers or headphones, and different kind of sound levels and what's the word? Not refresh rates. Audio rates, and how sensitive the speakers are in their headsets or headphones or PC speakers or whatever. So for me it would sound fine, but for them they'd be like the music would be too loud. Really, really, really weird. But so that's kind of why I generally try not to talk over music tracks as much, or if I do put music in, I actually deliberately edit it to be very, very quiet, just to make sure that it balances properly with the various YouTube viewers. It's also something to do with the YouTube compression rate. Sound is different once you've compiled it, put it onto YouTube, and then it just seems different, because obviously they're using some kind of MPEG compression. So just one of these things I've learnt throughout the years. Oh, ow, come on. I think I absolutely fluked this level last time. There we go. Oh, so apparently there is. So hang on, have we established, is there an asteroid making around or not? Simon, you can have a dance off to whatever you want. I can't. I don't have any audio. I can't hear anything. So I haven't got any audio. So if I did have audio, unless I put headphones in or something, which I haven't set up on this, you get a delay of the audio I could hear, because it'd be backtracked for the microphone. So that's why I didn't set up like that. And because there would be a time delay between what you're hearing in the audio and the backtrack of the audio from my microphone, it would be rather distracting. You get like that'd be really out, or you get a sort of like a major echo. Trust me, I've done enough streaming to know when I've got stuff really wrong. Oh, come on. Concentrating. Oh, haven't quite grasped this. Half this game seems to be, for me, seems to be more about fluke rather than any kind of skill, unfortunately. Don't get me wrong though, my bad playing this game is not a fair rendition of actually how good this game actually is. It really plays well. Seriously, I need to put a link to where you can download it in the description of this video. What I might do is in the sort of rerun version of this video, the on-demand version, I'll put a link so you can actually download this if you've got emulators, C64s or proper Commodore machines. You can get like the... What am I doing wrong? Oh dear. Yeah, but I will definitely put a link to this. I'll have to update the description, but I was half expecting this to actually get pulled, in all honesty, because I thought there's no way Sega are going to let this carry on. But apparently, what I'm hearing on the grapevine is people are, well, Sega is a bit more tolerant to remakes and fan content than Nintendo is. So it certainly lasted a lot longer than that Nintendo Mario clone that was created. I have to be honest with you, I think this looks better than the Mario clone. The Mario clone, yeah, sort of looked like Super Mario, but it kind of didn't at the same time, where this really does, other than the colour palette, this really does look like the Master System game. And I honestly think it's just the colour palette, the strange pastel hues that the C64 uses, that gives it away. If it wasn't for that, you just wouldn't know. So for anyone who is just watching us at the moment, thank you if you just joined us. If you haven't done already, do follow me on Twitter. It's at Wi-Fi Sheep. That's at Wi-Fi Sheep on Twitter. Patreon, if anyone, lots of people have already been very generous here tonight, but if you do want to support us and get access to some additional content, we've got plenty going on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Wi-Fi Sheep. You can join from as little as $1, £1. And if you're already here, you'll already know about YouTube. But if you haven't done already, please do consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Let's go back to, there we go, game screen. So I'll give this one more shot. One more shot, and then I think I'm going to call it a night. But we'll definitely, if I get time, do a follow-up video on Sonic on the C64. Right. Oh, for God's... The pause mechanism on this, the proper pause mechanism, not the jumping to the menu on the C. That's the proper pause mechanism, which you hold down run and then you press B. And then that happens because you don't have control over what's going on. Okay, that's a little bit glitchy. Yeah, okay. The inbuilt game pause mechanism is, yeah, slightly glitchy. loud people outside now as well. We don't have loud people around here, so just poultry and sheep. Normally. Oh yeah, I'm playing better. There you go. I'll open this. It's all flukes, but you get the idea. I like the fact it's recreated the sans serif fonts. It was kind of unusual for the time for games to sort of be using those kind of fonts. It was a very 90s thing to be doing, but to have them in video games. At that time was, you know, unusual. Did we actually ever establish what this business of an asteroid was about, by the way? Or is it just the one I already knew about? Over what? Was it just before Christmas? Not that it's that important, but I'm just wondering, have we got a conclusion? Can I sleep tonight, basically, is what I'm asking. Oh dear. This ain't good. Oh, for God's sake. Alexander, are you in the US? Yes. So let's think about this. You're 8 hours behind. Is that? Hang on. Philadelphia. Which side's that? Is that Eastern or Eastern time, or is that? My geography's gone. I'm so sorry. Oh, Fuzzy's literally up the road from me in Stafford, Central England. So about an hour or two away from where I am. So we're all on the same time zone here. So yeah, so US is what? It's 2 time zones, so it's 8 hours, I think it is. We have to sell news. Oh, right, okay. East Coast, right? Yeah, okay. So that is what, 8 hours then? So yeah, you got. So that's why you're here. You're here. You're going to join this. Well, we welcoming the new year here, and you've got the whole celebrations you can do yourself, and you don't have to listen to me for it. That's great. That's great. That works out. As I said, most people that join us are actually from not from the UK. Actually, it's really interesting on the statistics you get for the channel to actually see which sort of is the leading countries, and the United States. Tom doesn't know that he is just 4 hours to. Oh, for God's sake. How much have you had to drink tonight, by the way? Look, hey, at the end of the day, I've got Sonic the Hedgehog working on the C64. So, you know, if that's it, I'm happy. That's my lot in life. I'm very happy. No, I said statistics for the channel. So, United States is tops. Then it swaps between the United Kingdom and the United States. But then it's who's in third place is really interesting because that switches normally between Germany. But the other day it was actually Russia, of all places. Russia and then Ukraine were more than other European countries. So, and India sometimes is up there as well in their sort of channel people and viewing countries for Wi-Fi sheep. So it's really, really interesting to actually watch and find out, you know, where people are from. Right, well, I think that's going to be just about it from me for tonight. I know some of you want me to hang around a bit more, but apparently I've only got 4 hours to live, apparently, according to the chat. I don't know what is going on, but I'm not going to worry about it, put it that way. Before we go, just one more plug. If you haven't done already, you can follow me on Twitter. It's at Wi-Fi Sheep on Twitter. Our Patreon, if you want to support the channel, is patreon.com/Wi-Fi Sheep. And on YouTube, if you haven't done, please consider liking and subscribing. We've got lots of content coming up throughout the new year of 2022. Wherever you are, I really hope you have a fantastic evening, and once again, a very happy new year to you. Thank you so much for your company. I hope it's been enjoyable. It's a little bit different to what we normally do. I've really enjoyed sort of chatting with you online. So hope it's all been worthwhile, and I hope to see you real soon right here on the channel. And my voice has gone very squeaky then. So we'll just have a quick look at the clock. I don't know why we have ticking clocks, because I said I'm about 30 seconds out on the live stream, but it looks cool, and it reminds me of old school BBC, which is why I did it. So time is just coming up to 27 minutes past midnight. From everyone here at Wi-Fi Sheep, thank you so much once again for your company, and a very good night. Good night.